All right, I'm TJ Rowe from Overmind.com, and we're here with the Ghost Inside now. Why don't we do this like we do every interview? Introduce yourself, say what you do in the band, and tell everyone, if you had one final meal, what would your final meal be?
I'm Andrew. I play drums. My final meal, probably In-N-Out Burger.
I'm Vigil. I'm the singer of The Ghost Inside, and my last meal would probably be a pile of buffalo wings.
Blue cheese ranch.
Blue cheese, first side.
And how much of a pile are we talking about?
Just means I can eat before I kill myself off eating too much food.
So that's basically how you're going to go, right? You're just going to eat so many buffalo wings, you're just going to... So we have one tradition in these interviews, and that's for everyone who's never heard of The Ghost Inside before, to describe your band's sound, but the catch is you can only use one word, you cannot use a genre, and you cannot use an onomatopoeia.
I'm horrible at this. This might be...
One word, huh? Let's say, I don't know.
Think of a word, man.
Say any word. Say a word we sound like.
Incandescent.
Yep. Sound incandescent.
That sounds smart, right? Yeah?
Do I trip you up now by asking why do you sound incandescent?
Because we're white hot. Look at
That's
it.
good. That's a good
You know
answer.
what I
yeah.
mean? We're,
That was a surprisingly fast
red,
answer.
Red hot. White hot. Whatever you want. We're hot. Look at this. Red and white hot.
I'm kind of curious. Out of from all the shows you play on the Canadian tour so far, what has been the most interesting thing you guys have done in Canada so far?
Show-wise or outside of the show-wise?
Either or.
On our newest CD, we have it's called Get What You Give. We have a cover of, there's just like a mountain on the cover. And apparently we had no idea, we found this out not too long ago, that the mountain is a Canadian mountain. And it's
Mount Rundle.
Mount Rundle near Banff. Mm-hmm. And we stopped and got a picture in front of the mountain holding our CD, so that was kind of cool.
So on your CD, why did you guys end up choosing having the mountain imagery on it? What's the meaning behind that?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I guess that's what the interviews are for. But the mountain kind of symbolizes, the name Get What You Give. It's about kind of like, putting in the hard work to be able to get, something in return. And it's essentially like pushing a boulder up a hill, being in a band is a lot of hard work. It's something that, takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication. And it's like, pushing that boulder up a hill until you get to the top and then be able to, kind of reap the benefits of all the hard work. And that kind of, to me, that's what the whole symbolism behind the mountain is for that.
Hey.
You have this symbolism of kind of, pushing this boulder up a hill, a lot of hard work in the band, trying to make it be that main stage successful band that everyone knows. So, but there's also a lot of bands who are, still trying to make it out, still trying to go on these major tours with Pierce the Veil and A Day to Remember. So what would you guys give as advice to these small bands who are still playing the bar shows and still struggling to do these type of tours?
I would say the main thing is just dedication and kind of passion for what you do. It's a lot of bands are going to get stuff that you feel like you deserve and that you feel like other people don't deserve. And it's a lot of setbacks and a lot of people telling you no. And, a lot of bands give up at the first sign of that, and it's a hard road. So I would say just dedication, not giving up.
You got to just go for it. Like, we all pretty much dropped everything we did to start doing this, different bands. You got to lose money. You got to lose sleep. It just takes dedication.
So one question I like to ask bands is because they're very humble, right? They've been working their ass off. They've been trying to, go on these big tours. And I try to make them dream a little bit. And in every show, you get a rider. Now, you might not always get what you want in a rider, but if you guys could anything you want in a rider, what would you guys put as your ridiculous requests?
Comic books.
I was going to say that too, comic books. We're kind of nerdy with that.
Yeah, we've been like real into comics lately. So it'd be cool to be able to get like the newest issues of like the series we follow. Like just have them here, So
one thing for me as well, shorts, because this is for all drummers out there too. We get a little sweatier than the rest of the band. And I get a lot of complaints from these guys about, you smell awful. So if I could get a new pair of shorts every night, that would be ideal for me.
Yeah, so not that outlandish. We're not that insane of a band to get cool stuff. But comic books and shorts, so that's us.
So what would you guys are really nerdy. What has been like your favorite comic book series of all time?
He's real big into Superman, and I'm more into Batman.
I think my favorite so far has been Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is a DC series, which has like all of the DC heroes in it, and I don't know, it's awesome. It's like a 12-issue thing. I just bought it and read it over the last few days. I've enjoyed that one a lot.
I just started reading Batman: The Long Halloween, and it's like I said, I'm just starting, but I think it's about Joker kills people on every like holiday, and it's like spans a year, like from Halloween to Halloween. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm kind of just getting into it, but it's been cool so far.
I feel like this would be like a dichotomy when Batman vs Superman comes out. One's going to be rooting for Batman, one's going to be rooting for Superman, and you guys are no longer going to be friends that night.
We're the stars of it, so
Yeah.
there's a spoiler.
Don't want to ruin it. He's
yeah.
Clark Kent.
So, back to the supporting independent musicians and kind of going like that. You have a lot of friends who still can't go on these tours that are, the small bands don't get on the main stage, can't do their own tours or do their own supporting tours. So if you guys had 30 seconds to plug as many bands as you possibly can, who would you plug?
Let Live,
Architects,
a band called Landscapes,
the Amity Affliction.
every band ever.
Every band ever.
Every band in the world.
No, there's a lot of bands out there that aren't as big as they should be or deserve to be, and we've been pretty lucky. We've had we've done a lot of really cool tours and toured with a lot of really cool bands, so we're pretty fortunate in that aspect. But there's bands that never get a break that we play with. There's local bands that we play with that are amazing that no one will ever hear because they just don't get those kind of breaks. So.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard industry to get involved in. It's a lot of it is luck. Some of it is who you know, and fortunately for us, our fans have been pretty diehard. So we've made a pretty good impact, and with with a lot of fans comes tours like this and stuff. So thanks to all the fans for supporting us.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, I have a few questions, but just double checking on that. When that hits 12, you have to re-hit the record button, just so you know. But I'm pretty sure he's like, yeah, I know that. You're just stop making fun of me. Back in character. So, you guys are, one of the metal bands that doesn't have necessarily a shtick or an image about their band. What do you guys think about those bands who, put so much emphasis on their shtick or their image? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's not?
I mean, if a band has a shtick, like if they do it cool, then it works. I think having somewhat of an image is important. Like Blink-182 did the "What's My Age Again" video naked, like stuff like that. I guess that's a shtick. Like if you pull it off right, I think that can be cool. And some bands do it terrible. It just depends.
I think our thing is not really having a thing. Like we're just kind of dudes having a good time on stage, and I think that's kind of what connects us to a lot of our fans. Is they're like, those guys are regular dudes. We could do this. Like I could be in a band like this. So that's kind of our thing. But I think bands with shticks or whatever. I mean, it is an an image-based industry a lot of the time. And it is kind of how you look and how you sound kind of equally. And I think that it's not necessarily like what I think it should be, but it's just kind of how it is. And some bands it works, some bands it doesn't. It's just whatever you feel like.
One question I've been asking a lot recently, and I'm getting very interesting answers from bands, and that is from a popular song from many, many years ago from Mr. Halloway, Ghost Inside. What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me no more. I don't know. Love is. We have a song with the lyric that says "Love is what you make it," so I'm gonna stick with that. Love is what you make it.
I second that.
This is the question our traditional ending question of every interview, and because we kind of learned back in grade school that we should kind of learn one random fact, one lesson of the day every single day. And everyone has these really weird random facts in the back of their head that are just kind of like, why do you know this? This is really random, but it's awesome. So what would be the Ghost Inside's random fact of the day for everyone watching?
When driving a van and trailer, make sure you're clear of any poles.
That's more advice, though.
Oh, that's not really a fact.
Let's see.
It's a good fact. Factoid.
You know, I don't have my Twitter out right now. I don't have Uber facts out, so I can't think of anything. We got to know something. I'm
hardest-
drawing a blank.
It's the hardest question ever. It's
This
like
is
you
the hardest one.
you know it, and then it's like someone asking you, just like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
We're just gonna awkwardly stand here until we get one.
Listen, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to like reference Twitter right now. Random fact: there are 5 people currently living in America with the name Herp Derp, and that's confirmed. So
Ghost side fact of the day. There you go.
All right, now I'm TJ Herr from Overmind.com. This is a really, really hot room. This is the Ghost Inside, and we're out. Maybe.
Sometimes I bust dance moves, but it's whether the crowd can handle it or not. Because I don't want to, overwhelm them.